In my life, I have never felt so supported in my goals. My husband actually speaks vision to my vision, you know. And if I say, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, he just has this little matter-of-fact way to come add to it without trying to take over it. He's just like, I respect what you got, but think about this, think about that. Like, not only am I, remember I just told you I was afraid that I wouldn't be supported? I'm so supported more than I ever thought I could be. I am Mrs. Darlene Jackson, formerly Darlene McCoy.
Shalom, I'm Alphonso Jackson.
And we're so happy to be a part of Say Something with Cheré.
The marriage edition.
Everybody's here now. We got something to talk about. Just have to see, yeah, we're gonna talk it out. Say something, that's what we're gonna do. What's going on? Tell me what's new.
Well, we're here on another set of Say Something with Cheré to talk about marriage, communication, and navigating life transitions. And I got my good friends here. Y'all already heard them. Y'all heard about them. My friend Darlene McCoy Jackson and Alphonso Jackson. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Cheré.
Hey, Darlene.
Hi, girl.
Alphonso.
Jackson.
Akhenaten.
Yeah, Akhenaten.
Akhenaten. Now, we're going to get all into that, Alphonso, because I'm going to learn some stuff from you. I'm going to learn a lot. I was trying to Google when I was watching you, or stalking you, I should say. Let's just be honest. Because now I said this, Darlene, in my head. I was like, Cheré and Darlene do not cut up on this show. Is what I kept. That was my mantra.
Why?
Because we got to get through the show.
Got it.
We fools, though.
I'm trying.
No, you a whole fool. And I look at your husband, I'm like, he's so laid back. People probably said that about Patrick as well. He's so laid back. And then they married two plum fools.
Period.
But then looking at the social media, honey, you met your matchmaker.
Didn't I meet you? I met my match, girl.
Yes, this is your matchmaker.
She's a bad influence. That's what it
Oh,
is.
you blame
She's a bad
her?
influence.
I don't know if I could blame her for the song that you sung on the stage, though.
Because
the
he
friend
did
song.
that.
Yeah, that was all you.
That was all his idea.
I
And
mean,
you know it, don't
the
you?
Carlton, the everything, the whole
Everything he was
two-step.
doing.
She joined in because she didn't want to look like a fool.
I'm like, I know he is not singing this song to me, and we've been married and together all this time. You still talking about the friend zone.
But let's talk about how long you guys have been married. Is it 2 years now?
It's been a year.
A year.
Just a year?
Yes. We got married
Congratulations on that.
February 12th on his birthday in 2022.
Now, some people say that that's selfish. So who decided to do it on his birthday?
It wasn't me.
I know you wouldn't.
Can I
know it
say
wasn't
something
you.
about that?
Please.
He does not like to celebrate his birthday at all. Like, I've tried to throw, he's like, I don't want this. I don't want you to do that. I don't want to. I'm like, okay, I got something for you. So our wedding was on his birthday, so we're going to
you have to
celebrate
celebrate.
double.
You don't have no choice but to celebrate.
We celebrating you.
There was some extenuating circumstances that came along with that, though. I don't know if we could talk about that on this show.
Sure you
well,
can.
why?
We
Yeah, because I
go.
was going to ask you, why don't you want to celebrate your birthday? That's like
Oh,
so
my
important.
birthday.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, so what were you talking about? Having the
I
wedding?
was talking about why we had it on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was just because she said so.
It was.
There was some things involved with it. VH1 was involved with it.
Yeah.
We actually shot our wedding for an episode of My Celebrity Dream Wedding.
Yeah, okay.
And that was one of the dates. They gave us a couple of dates. So it just so happened to fall around my birthday.
Yeah.
Even though I was against it, well, you really have much of a choice.
That was the Lord.
She
It
found
was
out a
all
way to
God,
celebrate.
That's because
Right.
you're connected to the Lord. It was the Lord.
I got the Holy Ghost, honey.
Yes, you do, all over you. So I was wondering how you made it in, because my girl Darlene, have you been married before? I didn't see that, so you have been married before. And I know you have children as well from a previous marriage. Darlene is a whole fool by herself, right? Darlene also does a lot of things. She's everywhere. So when I saw a boo, you done posted somebody, hold on, when did he just slide? Wait, a boo? And then I read the caption behind the scenes, the religious belief, the difference that y'all had, which really startled me. Like, I wanted to pick up the phone and call you and say, I need y'all to do a whole interview on this alone.
Yeah.
Because did any backlash come with that? And one, let's just talk about what it was. You were atheist, right?
Nope.
You were not. What
See,
were
that's what they call it.
you? Okay.
But I don't like being put in boxes. I can't be put in a box. I'm unboxable. And it wasn't that I didn't believe in a God. It's I didn't believe in the God they told me to believe in.
Okay.
You know, they don't really teach you that. Like, they give you this is like a watered down version of what we're supposed to believe. And you got to think, 400 years in this country, like mostly everything that we're digesting is what they've programmed us to believe, but nobody wants to step outside that paradigm. So once you step back, you start to have a different understanding and you open up more. So that's all it was.
So you do believe in God?
A different type of God, not the God that they tell me I should believe in.
And basically what it was like for me, he's such a godly type of person. Like he had more character than any man I ever seen in church, you know? So when he told me, I don't believe in God, I'm like, what, hold up, Jesus. Okay. You gonna see me the perfect man. And then it was like, you know, the Holy Spirit was like, so, and you got God, you know God.
Right.
So what you gonna do? First 2.5 years of our dating relationship was getting to know each other.
Okay.
Him getting to understand me and my belief system and the way that I operate, and me trying to understand what he is saying.
Yes.
Because I'm like from the church. I'm like, what is you talking about? You know what I mean?
Dear
Like,
God, what do you mean?
what? But it ended up being the most beautiful collision. And the reason I say that is because I was able to see God in another way. And he was able to see God in another way. So we actually, you know, came together with our understanding, number one, of love. The biggest lesson that I learned, you know, through our dating relationship was that love is patient and love is kind. And love doesn't do all of this going back and forth with all of these type things, you know. I realized how impatient I was and how much work I needed. I realized how much spiritual ego I had, and I needed to break that.
Wow.
And dealing with him, I had to be that way, because he just was not going to pray with me. He's not going to let me pray for him, because he just did not get it. He didn't understand that. And what I had to respect about him is his honesty.
Yes.
And the truth of who he is. And we had some encounters, and I won't go into all of them, but we had some encounters where the Lord checked me.
No,
A lot of times.
That's what I'm getting from this, because one, I know he had to respect the fact that you were willing to learn. Like,
Yeah.
You had to respect him, that he was honest and he was willing to show you. I think that's the most sexiest thing about our husbands.
Yes.
That you can learn from him. My husband teaches me a lot with patience.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
and unconditional love.
Yes.
Had to learn that. So to hear you say that, you took the time and you began to learn and see where he was coming from, because it was causing clash in between.
Yeah.
Somebody had to stop and listen. And it's not often that we, who are rooted and grounded and been
And
taught,
we know what we
know
about.
what we know now. You're gonna come in here and change nothing about my God.
Period.
Okay, because grandma said it.
That.
Okay? So I
Right.
know you was probably hearing all of that.
Well, one of the things is, I think from the position that I was in, everything's unconditional for me. Whatever you believe in is what you believe in. I can't take that from you. It's not gonna go with me anywhere at the end of the day. That's your walk. We all have our individual walk.
Right.
So I'm not gonna love you any less. But some people have been taught that if you don't believe what I believe in, then we're unequally yoked.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
That's exactly right.
I think one of the things is, for me, is, you know, once upon a time they told you that God was on a mountain. Then they said God was in the clouds. Then they said God was out of space, but they don't tell you that God is in the mirror. So that's why I treat her the way I do. That's why I am the way I am with everybody. Because I see God in everything, in everybody.
Powerful.
That's good. That's good. That's how you're supposed to.
So I love the fact that you learned from him, but the journey to get there, and you're absolutely right. The fact that you see God in everybody is a whole nother level. That just resonated something in me, because I don't see that. I think I still live off of the judgment zone. I still judge people based on what I've been taught.
Yeah.
And I would have never married Patrick if he told me that he didn't believe in my God,
That
the way
part.
you put it, right?
Yeah.
And if we weren't equally yoked, because that's all we've been taught. So in the journey, the 2-year dating phase, what were some of the arguments?
Oh, honey, that's a good
Who
question.
brought?
Oh, Jesus, we used to get into it.
So let me word that question a little differently, because that's one of my questions.
I had to
Let's
know.
say, what's one of the biggest challenges you faced in the marriage, and how did you overcome it?
Well, in the marriage, we haven't really faced a whole lot.
In a relationship.
But
let's
in the
use a
relationship, I
since it's
guess
only
in the
been a year.
journey. Yeah, what was the biggest?
Well, just, you know, learning each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
sometimes you have to set boundaries, and I realize how it is. The stigma in the church is if you're a woman, you go to church and you have a man, he got to be there with you,
Yes.
and vice versa. And I'm not the churchy type of person, so that was one of the things we butted heads with a little bit.
Oh, can I tell them a story?
Sure.
So let me just tell y'all this story. So William McDowell invited me to come to his recording. It's a praise and worship recording. Tasha Cobb's gonna be there, Travis Green's gonna be there, the Holy Ghost is gonna be there.
Right.
You know what I
Better
mean?
know
So, and I'm like, and y'all know, you know me, I'm a worshiper. I love to worship God and I love to be in the spirit and whatnot. But I knew him as a man, as a person. He asked me, what are you doing? What are you doing tonight? I'm like, well, I've got to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to a friend of mine's recording. So who's going with you? Oh, I'm just going to go up by myself. I knew he was going to say, oh, no, you're not. I'm coming with you. I knew
You
it.
set that up real good.
That's right. So he came and went with me.
Unbeknownst to
Look at
you.
him. He just found out. But anyway,
Yeah, I know that part.
he just found
Yeah.
You didn't know, oh, this is literally live and in
I found out when I
color.
got there.
Oh, this
No.
already happened. Okay,
No,
so yeah, so
this
you got
happened.
there.
This happened some years ago, but so when we got there, he was like, "You brought me to a church." I said, "I brought you to my friend's recording, which is at a church.
Which was honest.
Come on,
How was
let's."
that?
I'm gonna let her.
Oh, she go, okay.
Yeah.
We'll give it to her.
So we go in. I'm just lifting my hands. I'm like, "Yeah, the spirit here. He gonna get it today. He gonna get it." And
Go get this Holy Ghost.
he's sitting up there on his phone the whole time, just chilling. You see how he's sitting right here? That's how he's
Not even entertained, not nothing, not moved.
not moved. And I was like, oh my God, this dude right here. This is gonna be something else. So, I'm like, it's all right. I had a great time. We got 2 hours to ride back. We're gonna talk about what he felt and he gonna tell me the truth. So we get in the car and I said, babe, I just wanna say thank you so much for, just for coming up here with me. I know this is like not something that you do.
Right.
But thank you for being with me, because you know my life.
That's it. That's it.
I'm a worshiper.
That's it. All
This is my
day long,
livelihood.
24/7.
This is who I am. This is not what I do. This is who I am. So he sat there in that car and said,
Wait.
this is the most uncomfortable thing I have ever experienced in my life. And I was like, and at this particular time, this is 2 years in, I'm like, yo, I'm tired of this. Because this is like, if you're going to support me, how are you going to support me if you can't be in a situation? Dude, you know who I am? You know what I do?
Come on,
You know,
ego.
right? And he says, I will when I can, and is it okay? I just love you. I love you, right? And then I could not deny that I am in love with this man right here. So what is it? I had to ask myself, what do we have in common right now? We are in love. But there's gonna be some more boundaries. Okay, because I was like, God, I don't know what to do. So I'll be over here in my place. He could be over there in his place. And if you want me to date him until, because I can't marry somebody that doesn't acknowledge my father. I'm not doing that, period. So I just personally had to let go of my antics. I had to let go of my spiritual ego. I had to lean into the love, because love is patient. Love is kind. And I had all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so
I
why-
had it. And I had a tear come out of my eye, because I'm just sitting there looking at my future like, I'm gonna be walking around here by myself. He ain't gonna come and support me, and blah, blah, blah.
You are right.
But
Or you're going to be by
then-
yourself in church, praising God, still by
Right.
yourself.
I don't wanna do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be going nowhere with a whole concert and a band and singers lifting up my hands and worshiping. He ain't with me because I don't feel comfortable. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? So now it's like when I let go of it,
Oh.
when I let go of it, God started to speak to him. God got me out of the way, because I was like, all right, cool, whatever, But then God just started grounding. He started walking barefoot. And I was just like, what is going on with you with this stuff? He started getting connected. And then his spirit started coming alive. And I got so many stories to lead you around that path.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the truth is this: everybody has a journey.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody has a journey and a tag on their soul that is connected to the only wise God. Our everlasting Father. We only have one.
That's it.
So it ain't no all of these gods. It's only one. And everybody has a journey to God. He got to his journey. And it's the same God. You see what I mean?
just love the story, the whole connection. I never thought that you would submit. I'm gonna call submit both of you
Tell the
submitted
truth.
to each other.
No,
I never
real
thought you would submit.
Me either.
And so it's an inspiration to other inspired wives, husbands and wives to be married, because there's so many of us that are locked in that bondage of what we were taught. And we don't want to receive it from a man, number one. Right. And then number two, you talking about it, that ain't the God. And it's like, okay, nobody really knows. And then you go into the years and it's just like, all I know is the Holy Ghost. So the story is so inspiring, and I really hope that it becomes, I don't know if you aspire to do it, but I hope it becomes a part of your journey, that you will talk to other people and encourage them how to just take matters into your own hand and one, focus on the love that you have. You have this man and woman who loves you wholeheartedly, unconditionally. You ain't worried about what grandma, auntie, uncle, nobody else saying. You should know the Lord for yourself, the Holy Spirit, and just go with it.
That's it.
That is
and you
beautiful.
have to understand that, especially when you're coming into a marriage, like you have your own individuality, right? But then the marriage has its own individuality. So there's a reason why I am who I am, married to who he is, to become this as one. So we understand that. We understand that, there was a purpose, there was a reason that his journey to God was as it was, but it was a reason that God trusted me.
Yes,
To be
that's
able
it.
to be the one to walk with him on this journey. And God trusted him to walk with me. As crazy as I am.
Yeah, because some people could have walked away.
Absolutely.
You knowing what he believed in, and it wasn't your God.
Right.
That's easy to walk away from.
Oh my God, that was
And the same with you,
it's
knowing who
like,
her God is, and you like, that ain't my God. So
Right.
it could have been easy. So he knew you was gonna have that, give you that patience to wait, and him to take his time to go his direction and connect,
yeah.
so that he can see.
We gotta respect the journey.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah,
respect everybody
there's
else.
an ancient manuscript. Not too many people are familiar with the Emerald Tablets of Thought.
The
And
emerald.
The Emerald Tablets of Thought. So Thoth is Tahuti, Hermes Trismegistus. He goes by a couple of different names. But there's a passage that says, when ye man realizes that all that matters in the end is progress of the soul, then ye are truly free of bondage. And we are connected to so many things that separate us and divide us that we're not really working on ourselves.
Absolutely.
And we're giving our power to other people. We're giving our power to ideas, but we're not really tapping into ourselves, to the source, and trying to figure out our purpose and our journey.
No, I truly believe that. You just taught me something. I struggled with that as well. Like, it's like, I only know what I was taught, and this is what I was taught. And guess what? Because I was taught that, that has been my focus, to continue to learn on that path. I have never wanted to hear from somebody else talking about the God don't exist, there's another God, and these other, I have never even wanted to hear. I judged them as crazy, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
It's a spirit, it's a deep no.
I
It's
did
not,
that.
Right?
I did that for a long time.
So it's amazing to hear and to see you all. And so I'm continuing to learn from both of you and yourself. Continue to teach that in your branding and who you are, period. Not even a brand, just who you are. Now, I'm going to move away from that a little bit, but I want to still know, in all of this, what made you say, will you marry me?
She forced me to. I put a gun in my throat. No,
Don't talk about my friend
Tell
like
the
that.
lies.
She couldn't force you to trust her God, but she can force you to marry her. See, don't try to play it. On your
That's
birthday.
right. That's right.
I think you only get one. Well, you get multiple chances at certain things in life, but when you know, you know. And I'm the type of person, I like to take action. I'm very goal oriented. If I believe in something, I'm wholeheartedly dedicated to that. So it is my mission to help her understand that. And not only that, we have kids. So my children have to see, from my perspective, how it is for a king to love a queen. And I want her kids to see the same thing. and our grandchildren. So there's a purpose that I walk in that's not just for me. People don't understand the meaning of sacrifice, and that's sacrifice. Give up your worldly desires and choose your mate and give yourself to them wholeheartedly. And that's who I am. So I hope, you know, with the state that we are as a people right now, culturally, you look on social media, you look at all these TV shows, and everybody's running amok, and it seems like it's the thing to do, but it's tarnishing who we truly are.
It really is. Yep.
And if you think about that, you know, as what we know about who a husband is supposed to love the wife as Christ loved the church. He just said it's a sacrifice. And even the scripture says you have to give your life.
That's what it said,
Yeah. So if you understand the language,
you can see
we're
it.
saying the same
The
thing.
same thing. I can see
We're
it.
saying the same thing.
I
and
can
we
see it.
we
It's
are
like
walking
abstract
in the
art.
same thing.
And
It's
he said it though. He is unboxed. That was really the key to everything. I'm not gonna let anybody put me in a box. So let's talk about entertainment, because both of your lives are into entertainment. I know, although you're on the holy side of it, baby.
Yeah.
You got balance though, okay? You can give it the best of them, okay? And you are an actor and a writer and a producer. And do you speak as well? Are you a speaker?
A little bit.
A little bit.
He's venturing
It's
out.
coming
Into
out.
that
I
world,
can see.
Yeah, it's developing.
Yeah, it's coming out. Let me ask you, as a married couple in this world of entertainment, have you had to remove friends, and has there been a problem where you've had to let go of friendship because of the marriage?
I think we're so new that if people have fallen off because we're married, then oh well.
You don't even recognize it.
Yeah, we ain't know.
You ain't know
It's us right now.
That's how it should be.
And it has been a while for us to be able to have this moment. So, you know, I just think I think that our true friends respect our moment. We're brand new and we have a lot to do. And it really is. We have our friends, and I don't think anybody has fallen off. What do you think?
Well, I know me personally, I've been training everybody around me all my life. Like my private business is my private business. I don't talk about my bedroom with nobody.
Now, Fonz, I was just about to ask you about the bedroom.
Nah, I don't talk about that.
Because my girl work nightly. It's the nightly spirit. So in this traveling, entertainment, y'all going, and she in the nightly spirit. Are we getting it in the morning? In the afternoon? Are you coming by the set? Because you ain't nothing like a quick office, you know. But you don't want to let me in the bedroom. You don't want to let me in there.
Nah,
Come on.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Darlene.
Huh? I have girl. I
can't
text
do
you,
it.
girl.
I think it opens up another respect factor. I mean,
Absolutely.
you see how I never knew that guys really talk about their sex life like that with other males, but that's just not something that I'm into, because you don't know who's coveting your wife or your situation. So I rather keep everything close to the chest, personal. Yeah, people talk to me about certain things and I'll give them advice, but it's a one-way street.
What's this
It's a
guy?
one-way
Yeah,
street.
he don't even play. Don't even play. Ask him nothing. We can talk about my butt, anything. He'll just sit there straight face, like conversation over. Like he don't play about
you.
what's going on. Now me, I'd be like, child, my leg was on the chandelier. No,
Seriously, and then it's
the
like,
homegirl
we
thing
ain't
is
doing all
different.
that.
But if he's around, it shuts down.
I'm around people that do the same thing, and I just sit there like, okay, like that's not. I don't need you to know nothing about once this door is closed.
I'm
That's why
gonna
it's
be honest
closed,
with you.
'cause
I
it's
do
not for
have
everybody.
girlfriends though that are just like, girl, your husband is so fucked. I'd be like,
See, that's the thing they give you, right? And then they have that other thought
No.
later on.
that's
like,
just you said it a little too
You
much.
painting a picture for them.
exactly. When you
know
give
what I
them
mean?
that story about, oh, he like this, or he like this, and
yeah.
he do this flip.
Child, I don't wanna
Then when
have
they
to
look
carry
at
none
it,
of y'all,
they thinking, can he do me
Can
like
he do
that?
me like that?
Will he flip me?
I
Can he
would
press me
cut a
against
beat.
the wall? So,
Baby.
Listen,
so
Y'all
when you
don't
keep
want
that,
the woman of God
you know,
to
and I
come
don't
for
want
you.
none of the guys I talk to even have that impression of her. What y'all see is what y'all get.
Yeah.
Outside of that, that's it.
I'm not really used to that though. I've never been that type of person that worried about another woman. I just this carefree, lucky until I started hearing comments like you just said, they were constantly saying, because your husband is fine, because Patrick is fine, because Patrick is fine. And I was like, how many? And I was just talking to my friend. I was telling her because how fine Patrick is, and I was like, well, how often do you talk about Patrick?
Right.
Because I know he's fine, but now I'm side-eye, and I never side-eye.
Right.
Child go to the grocery store, and you and Patrick in the house probably cooking dinner. I don't never think like that. But now
It's like,
a whole
you
nother
just never know,
season
like-
of boldness out here. I don't know.
Yes, it's different, you know, especially when you have friends. It's like, oh, I got a picture of her husband. Look.
Why?
Right. What is you doing?
A picture you don't even have, right?
What is this?
Now I watched a podcast. I don't want to mess the name up, but they were talking about friends respecting their husbands, and on there they said that my friends ain't even allowed to follow my husband on social media. I felt like that was just a little kindergarten, because all my friends follow my husband.
No, that's too
it's a whole
much.
family over
Because
here.
I mean, if we can get past, let's get past how he looks.
They can't though,
Get past that. Get past how cute I am.
honey. Sexy.
Get past all that. We are human beings that are on a journey, and we can connect with pretty much anybody. Let's stay on that level.
Yes.
Let's stay to where it's not just like we're these images
It's not
in
that
your head or
serious.
whatever. Let's get past that. See who we actually are, because we love you. We love you know. We love connecting with people. Actually, you know. I mean, we've got friends that we go and. We're going to a party tomorrow. Just going to just dress up just
Spade
because
party,
we want
you
to.
love play them spades like
Nah,
you're
them
going to a
spades,
spade party. But you're Darlene McCoy.
That's it.
You
That's
can't
right.
expect people to think that you're just this laid back person, and then you have Alphonso who is like, you know, Diesel. I know I get it. My husband is the same way. It's
Y'all
just
a
like
big, cutest
nobody
couple,
is
too.
gonna just walk up and think that they can just be your friend. Like this is not gonna happen.
I know.
Unless they see you in elements like this, or they're able to have access to you behind
Right.
closed doors, and we're playing games or shooting skits
Yeah.
and things.
But that's why we love our friends. That like
Yeah.
our friends. That's why we keep them, because
the
we've
same.
already vetted them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. And of course, you know, I love Drake, but I don't sing his song "No New Friends."
Oh,
No, I believe in new friends. I believe
Right.
in
I
evolving
love
as a
it.
people.
I love the
I'm-
evolution of life. Yeah.
I'm waking. I'm taking them new friends. You
why
got a
not?
question, honey?
Well, since you said, you know, you like to go and y'all going somewhere, like we do, I'm real big on dates, date nights, that you should date your wife forever. No matter if 30 years in the marriage, y'all should still be dating. What's one of do y'all do that a lot? Do y'all date
As much as we can.
as much as that? Busy schedule.
Because we're busy.
It shouldn't matter.
When
That
we
shouldn't
can.
matter. You should
Oh,
make
we
it
go out.
Purposely done. It should be done. Like even though you're busy, you make time for what you like or what you love or what you want. So there should be no way that you.
yeah. I focus on it when we have something that we're gonna do, like tomorrow, for instance. Like she doesn't understand the time that I put into these things that she
He
wants me to
does.
go to.
I do understand. I get it.
You do get
He
it.
put time in, baby. He shows up.
See, that means a lot to us too. She understands. She gets it. I think one of the things that helps us when Patrick first got to Atlanta, it was a pandemic. We had just came into the pandemic, so life has really calmed down for us in entertainment, right? So I didn't have to go to all these events. I didn't have to be on carpets. I wasn't as busy. And people around him, my friends and family, kept saying, "You ready?" Because we didn't know we were gonna be shut down for that long. But they kept saying, "You ready for her world?" And he's just like, "Yeah." Although we've been friends since 7th grade, best friends. So he's known of my world, but to now be in it. So now when we open back up, he's just looking like, I'm filling up I'm like, let's link calendars, because my life is like this. But one thing is important to us is date night. And so the date night is on the calendar once a month, and we have to rotate who's gonna plan it. Yeah. Of course, we're empty nesters, and we can date any time, and we do couple dates and just get out and have fun. But that once a month is so important for us to make sure, and it gotta be planned. Now, I done slipped up a few times and I didn't plan, and it was last minute, like, oh, we're gonna go here tomorrow. But I felt so bad. I'm like, he doesn't deserve that. So I asked, can I do it the following month? So just putting in that time,
Make it a priority.
so
It's a
important.
priority, no matter what.
Because
we
life
gonna
get
do
busy.
It.
Yeah.
Like I know her schedule. She just filled up this month.
Yeah.
At the last month, she filled up this month, and I'm looking at it like, well, what day am I gonna use? Like, so, but I'm still gonna make it happen, you know. And it's not just going out and, you know, we'll sit in the house.
Oh, baby, I done made a whole picnic in the middle of the floor with a fork. We can
Listen,
crawl
and
under
that
with a
was
laptop.
one of the best. Just it almost she took me out of this world. Like it was peaceful, and that day is something that I needed. It was just complete silence and snacks and movies.
I'm sitting up here thinking about a time. I'm wondering if he's thinking what I'm thinking. One time he came home, because you know I'm crazy, right? I put a whole tent up in the back, and I had a glamping. I did glamping in the backyard. And I had
Yes.
food out there and our wine out there and our music. He came home, he was like, what in the world is you doing? We're gonna sleep outside tonight.
Not sleep out there too.
And he was looking like,
Well, I'm cool with sleeping outside.
but he was looking
He's
like,
like, what is all of this in
what
the
do we do?
backyard?
What is all of this? Because I'm that one. I'm just like,
just extra.
I got one of them.
yeah, I know you do.
I got one.
We nuts
got my
together.
sister.
Y'all stay tuned, because y'all know immediately following this, it's gonna be a clip. Go to my page and her page. Darlene and I did a whole video, a sketch, okay? I mean, and Darlene got on a Grinch suit.
That's right.
The whole onesie.
A onesie.
It's hilarious. She's a snitch, in case you didn't know, she is a snitch. And you're gonna find out in the clip though. She's a whole fool. But so also in this, I wanted to ask you guys about goals. You mentioned goals. You're goal driven. Goals and dreams. How do you inspire each other to go after your goals and dreams as you're so focused on your own, without neglecting your own, I should say?
You want to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. I would say in my life, I have never felt so supported in my goals. My husband actually speaks vision to my vision, you know. And if I say, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, he just has this little matter-of-fact way to come add to it without trying to take over it. He's just like, I respect what you got, but think about this, think about that. Like, not only am I supported, remember I just told you I was afraid that I wouldn't be supported? I'm so supported more than I ever thought I could be. Because, he gives me my space. We have
very important.
Creative time that, needs to be dedicated just by myself, being crazy if I need to be. He doesn't make me feel crazy for being alone and loving it. You know what I'm saying? Because I need that creative time. Because he needs the same thing. He's an actor, so he's always doing auditions. And sometimes, I don't get to talk to him for a few days because he's studying lines, and he's studying lines and he's getting himself together, and then he'll say, "Hey, I got to do an audition." I'm like, "All right, give me the script." You know what I mean? So I'll come right there and I'm going to be the reader, and then if I feel like he's got more in him, I'm going to tell him. I'm like, "Hey, you didn't give me that. Give me that a little bit better." Oh my God, that was good. Keep that energy. Like,
You knew you was gonna book that one at that point, huh?
Yes. But anyway, that's my thing. Like, we have a goal. We're going somewhere, and my life and his life, we need each other in it. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, I think we're both creators.
Yeah.
And that's the essence of life, is being a creator, right? We create children, the breath of life, So we both have the opportunity to touch other souls through the eyelids, through the ears. Once upon a time, they had they would tell stories by carvings on walls. Then they graduated to putting on paper, and then from paper, well, it went to word, then it went to paper. Then after paper, they put it on the radio, right? And you can hear it, and then you start to hear the vision. Now you can see it on your phones, your television, so you can directly take your vision and put it inside somebody else's mind. And she has a whole entire journey of who she is, the purpose of who she is, that she is supposed to share with people for this time. And I feel like I'm the same individual, just cut from a different type of cloth. So when you marry that together, who knows? Well, I know you're gonna touch some people that I never would been able to touch. And I'm pretty sure that I can come from a different angle with some folks that she probably wouldn't have been able to resonate with. So
This is awesome.
Perfect
It's
formula.
not often in entertainment that the two don't bump heads, that they just see eye to eye and they see how you enhance the gift inside of me and I enhance what's inside of you, and together we're gonna do it. I've never wanted to marry anybody in entertainment. I didn't want any part of it because I know what comes with it. Just the acting, the cheating, the sneak, it's just too much, so I didn't want it. So to actually see it lived out, and I still don't desire it, I just decided to pull my husband in it, so I ended up getting it anyway.
But it's about being solid.
Absolutely,
You know?
it's the foundation. That's
It's the
what I was going to say.
foundation.
Your foundation is so solid. The same with Patrick and I. The foundation is just so solid. It's the friendship, definitely God first, but our friendship is really what holds us together. And I know people want us to say, what's our foundation? It is God, but really, honestly, it's the friendship. I tell you, that is my friend, and I would never want to hurt my friend. So when you have arguments, and you be careful of what you say in those arguments, because I'm never going to use bad words or cuss you out or make you feel a little, because now I can't even sleep if I hurt his feelings. And the same way for me, if I'm upset, because I'm the black girl attitude.
Right.
I don't want to talk right now.
Right.
Give me tomorrow. I'm going to lay on the couch. Girl, he coming onto the couch with me.
There's no separation in sleeping.
Yes.
You upset with me and you go in there, I'll be in there. You know, I might not come right this minute, but I'm in there. Now, if you don't want me laying next to you, it's cool. I'll slide this chair right there,
But I'm right here.
right there. When you wake up and look over, you're going to see me. And that's no
Oh
matter what.
goodness, do I see him? How do y'all handle spats, arguments,
We don't take them.
disagreements?
I don't know. We don't. I have a little mouth on me, so
have
I
a-
have to.
a
and
little mouth?
Yeah, and he doesn't.
Oh, why y'all so much? Why we?
We are just different. It's like
I'm just waiting
he
for this to be over
doesn't
so I
have
can
a
talk
mouth
to
on
you.
him. I'm the one with that mouth. You feel me?
Yes.
And I realized that, and his peace checks me.
Oh my gosh.
When I tell you, he could just sit there and just be like,
Oh my gosh. I feel like we're
I'll be
married to the
like-
same person. Y'all too much alike, literally.
"But are you listening to me?" He's like, I mean, yeah, I hear you. I mean, I'm like, calm all that down. That's all he had. When he go, yo, chill. I'm like,
All right, you don't say nothing else. Patrick be like, you know what, and then when he walk away, I'm like, all right, I done probably did too much. I done probably jumped too high on that one. Let me just go ahead, calm it down.
Right.
Just get quiet.
Right.
But those are things that you just gotta work it, work it out, work through it. I wasn't raised like that. I saw all kind of stuff in the marriage. So to learn this is
I've
like,
seen toxic.
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
I grew up with, my parents are still together. I left though. But,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've been a part of toxic. And for so many years. And then when we were dating, I was trying my best, bro. I wanted to get on his nerves so bad. So I was like, I'm gonna get on his nerves today. Today, I'm gonna say something, do something, I'm gonna piss him off. I just need to see him mad. I couldn't do it.
do you know there are
Is there
women
something you need
out
to see?
there who literally do that? I've had a friend who broke up with her fiance because she said, there's no way he can be that perfect. And broke up with him. Called the wedding off because she was
What?
pushing buttons on purpose, trying to get him
was trying.
to come out of character. And she said, there's no way he could be that perfect.
I'm glad that you were able to hear that there's someone else that is just peaceful.
Oh,
Even when y'all
that
go-
I was able to hear it.
Yes, that when y'all go, that you're able to see, like, everything doesn't deserve a response, but we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Because when he raised his voice, what happens?
Like, no, I said if he.
Oh,
If he
If.
raised it, I don't know what I would do. Like,
You see, here's the thing. People, if somebody's upset, they're upset for a reason. Sometimes they don't even know why they're upset. There's this thing called epigenetics. And epigenetics is, in our genes, it can go back generations. You got to think about how many people it took to make you, right? Your parents got parents, their parents got parents. So if you go back generations, you got to think all of that information, because DNA is a storage device, it's in you. So there are triggers that people have and they don't even understand why they're mad at a certain situation. So I think from my perspective, like, why even be combative in a situation? You feel how you feel. I'm gonna allow you to feel that, feel it out, because I'm not gonna add no gasoline to the fire, because right now it's all about being egoless, because if I join in, I'm actually doing myself a disservice because I'm creating more stress and unpeace within myself, unrest. So I think it's all about just trying to resist the agitation.
So how
Be
you
patient.
where I'm gonna get my piece? How you gonna entertain my issue? I'm upset though. I know
we'll
you
talk
keep
about it. We'll talk about
we're gonna
it.
talk about. I ain't ready
Yeah.
to talk. I need you to admit that you was wrong or something. Like,
You know what? And I do it often. I don't mind. I don't
Yeah,
mind.
he doesn't.
I
It's
don't
just-
mind.
How you do that?
like, they're gonna take me a day
That's
before I
called being selfless. It's like, you know what? You can have it.
Right.
I've learned that
and
not
you-
everything
I
is
don't
always
lose
about
that.
winning.
No, you
It
can't.
is not.
You know, there's,
hard to
there's the
The win's
war
still
and
there.
there's
It
the battle.
is.
You know,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, us being on shaky ground, nobody wins. They say when the family argues, nobody wins.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody
love
was in
it.
a family feud.
I love
yeah.
the maturity
Yeah.
in both of you. I admire you on a daily basis, honey.
I love how he looks at you. God.
I haven't seen, everybody says that and I don't see it.
Girl.
Everybody says
I
just
just
what
called
you
him
said.
2 or 3 times.
I
I'm
love
like,
how he
look how he
looks
looking
at
at
you.
my sister.
How you be looking at me? Do it again.
He don't even know. He be
I
going,
don't.
girl, keep on.
I never get it. I love how you look at me too. I'm gonna catch it one day.
One
in
day.
the spirit.
Yeah. I love that.
Well, all I want to do is make note of what I have been seeing the whole time on this set. You are so feminine.
Thank you. Girl,
Being a woman,
yes.
they call it alpha females. I know that people say there's not alpha people, but we can have that tendency. I love to see you just so good, giggly, and flirtatious with your man. At the same time, still honing everything that you own. I love to
Thank
see
you,
that. Don't
sisters.
ever lose
Thank
it.
you.
I'm
Thank
actually
you.
still finding it.
Girl, please.
I'm still
you
finding
got
it.
it. Are
I
you
don't know,
kidding
just-
me?
I'm
You got
trying
it.
to. I'm trying
No.
to get it. Like,
Don't try,
I mean,
honey. You already got
when
it.
I'm trying to get it, I got it.
Get it how you
when I'm
did
trying to get it, I got it.
it. Love it.
I love that.
it.
So you both have so much going on for yourselves. We always on the outside looking in, thinking that you have made it. What's in store next for Darlene McCoy?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I have so much, God. So much going on.
Yeah, you have a lot going on, but
I
where
have
do
a
you? What's your
lot
goal?
going
Where are you
on.
going to be?
Well, I am really, my heart is for the next generation.
Okay.
You know, supporting my children and then doing things that is for the next generation. I just want to just keep pushing and doing great things that will leave a legacy.
That's our tomorrow.
Yeah, that's our tomorrow.
I love it.
I'm just gonna keep it real simple and just say that.
Because I was gonna say, are you about to retire from 102, Praise 102? I mean,
I don't
do you
know
plan
what
on
that looks
taking
like.
over the-
I don't know what retiring from radio even looks like. I don't even know what that
Do you
looks
know?
like.
I remember the day you got hired at Praise
Do you
102.
really?
I do. I remember we were at Fresh Start,
Yes.
and I remember we used to work out with Ed Hartwell.
Yes, we did. I remember all
And we
of
used to
that.
talk about eating a half a Snickers so we can work out. But I remember it was Sunday in church, and you didn't really testify, but Boom brought you up, and you mentioned
Yes.
that you had literally just got the
I
job.
just got that job.
Of your dream, really.
Right.
Your-
Well, actually, it was one of those things like, yeah, I'm going to be working in radio, but I didn't know what was going to happen. But then when I thought I was going to quit in 2015 and move to LA and get into television, that's a whole, we got to come back and talk about that. The Lord was expanding my territory and put me into the national syndication space.
Yes.
And now the Nightly Spirit, of course, is in over 40 cities. And I have 2 syndications. I have the Top 15 with your girl, Darlene.
Yes.
And the Nightly Spirit. But God was making history with me because I'm the first Black woman to have a nighttime national syndication.
What? We didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's give
Thank
it
you.
up.
Right when I was about to quit.
Rightfully, right when you was about to quit.
God was making history.
I was gonna say, will we ever
It's a
hear
whole lot
Darlene's
more.
voice again?
Yeah. Oh, you
As
want
a
me to sing?
psalmist.
Oh, you want me to sing?
We want another album. We want some singles. We want some
Look
drops.
at him looking at me.
He wants you to- you
He's
want him
the
to sing?
main. I asked
wanted
him
to
a
sing?
question at the top of the
I'm
year.
trying to get out that box.
I asked him a question at the top of the year. I said, you know, not a lot of people can say this to me, but you know me. What do you think I should work on this year? He said, whatever you work on, make sure music is in it.
Hello.
Is in it. You need to. He says, it's just, you got that power. You just got to do it. So, yeah.
You
I'll get to it.
do. Oh man, she's dope, honey. I had seen some of her stuff. She's dope.
So yeah, I want to get back into the writing space and singing space.
Yeah, she sung at Ricky Smiley's son's funeral too. She went up there and tore that stage up. Yeah.
I love you all. I love you into the social
I'm
media
just
trolling.
saying. I be all in your business. I'm trying to tell
I
you.
love it.
I'm telling you.
That's so funny. 'Cause
And then
I
you did
swear.
the challenge, the Jonathan McReynolds challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
You doing your homework.
Oh,
I love this.
yeah, I don't know she be on it. I'll be on it. I'll
Yeah.
be trolling her. So
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Well, in June, I'll be executive producing my first film along with Christine Roberts, AKA Zane.
Yeah.
So we're switching up the demographic, though, the target demographic a little bit. But going forward, I look forward to getting into that space because you got to think they've used TV to create this narrative of who we are. And as an actor, I understand I'm typecast, and it's like they want me to only play these specific type of roles, but I'm way more than that. And I don't want to have to sit around and wait for them to tell me what I have to be. I'm gonna create it myself.
Create, don't wait, right?
I just want to just say, Lord,
Lord, I thank you.
he has so much inside of him.
I can tell. I can see it. Literally sitting here talking to you, I can see more than an actor. And that's what somebody told me at once. I was saying, they said, what'd you do? I said, I'm an actor. And he said, what else is there to you? And I was like, I'm a single mom. I'm an advocate for domestic violence. I speak. He started pulling it out of me. And I went home and I said, I will never just say I'm an actor. I'm an actress no more. Like, so I'm sitting here watching you like there's so much more inside of you.
Yeah.
A lot of knowledge.
And
there.
just so you know, when you start casting, make sure you call me because I still audition.
Okay.
Just put me in the film. And don't say you can't do it because you EP.
No, EP, right,
Fire.
right.
Do you hear me?
Hired. No.
She
Okay.
is
I'll
fire.
send you my IMDb and all that good stuff too. But
Okay.
no, I wish you well in that space. And I love that you're changing the trajectory of how they cast us and what they say we are in the film. So I'm looking forward to that and many more projects.
That's right.
And with that being said, you guys, it's been amazing. I hope you have enjoyed the show. I have enjoyed both of you. I thank you
was
for your
so fun.
time.
Definitely thank y'all for
I
coming.
appreciate it. I appreciate how relaxed this is because,
Yeah.
you know, and of course it had to be. It's me and you.
What else? Because we can't fake for the camera.
No, not at all. Not gonna do it. And congratulations on a wonderful wife. That's my
Yes,
sister.
thank you.
And congratulations on a wonderful husband, sister.
Oh, yes,
I
baby.
love y'all.
Thank you. We love y'all too. Thank you so much for tuning in. This episode is sponsored by Darlene McCoy Jackson. Make sure you're going to follow her on everything, all social media. Is it I Am Darlene on everything?
It's iamdarlene.com on my website, but it's still at Darlene McCoy because
Yes.
we need Instagram to change my name, but the blue check won't let me.
We keep on playing with Instagram. Just come on and migrate over to YouTube, TikTok, where the
Yes.
money at, and just don't even worry
And
about
just
yeah,
forget
just come on
Instagram.
and migrate. Y'all follow Darlene. Y'all also follow Alphonso Jackson. And if y'all want to get under his radar, because y'all heard him, he got new films coming out, so y'all want to stay tuned. And if you can, do me a favor today, go on Darlene McCoy's page on Instagram and put in there, we waiting to hear a song. We're waiting for a new record. We're waiting for an EP. Just put all that in there. Tell her we're waiting on you. Just put in the words, we're waiting. And I appreciate you. Until the next time we have said something, we'll see you on the next episode.